Here's the best online business for beginners to start in 2025. You don't need any special skills. You can start this with zero prior business experience. You can do it all from your laptop, and it requires almost no capital to get up and running. Plus, it takes advantage of one of the biggest trends in our economy today, and I've personally made over $1 million with it. By the end of this video, you'll know what this business model is, why it's in such high demand right now, how to get started in just a few minutes, and I'll give you a bunch of free templates that I consider the highest quality resources currently available on this subject, so you can cut your learning curve by 70, maybe 80%. So what is it? Well, in a nutshell, you basically implement simple AI models like ChatGPT in small to mid-sized businesses using drag and drop no-code editors. This may sound complex and maybe even scary to some of you, but the distance between a total beginner and someone who could realistically add value to a business in this way is maybe less than a week or so. So this is a very unique moment right now, and here are the reasons why. First, large language models have completely changed the game. A few years ago, if you guys wanted to build some custom automations for a business, something that might be as simple as triggering an email when a form got filled out, you needed some serious technical chops. You needed to know multiple programming languages. You needed to understand APIs. And generally, you needed to have several years of experience. But today, with AI models, you can build very powerful automations with little to no code just by dragging and dropping modules across the screen. These tools have gotten so good so quickly that the barrier to entry has essentially completely disappeared. Second, the demand is absolutely insane. Every single business, from local service providers to Fortune 500 companies, is currently figuring out how to try and use AI to automate processes like this. They know that they need it, but they don't really know how to implement it. And the reason why that matters for us is the really big consulting firms, think your Deloitte, think your massive companies, they're focusing entirely on enterprise clients with multi-million-dollar budgets. And meanwhile, that leaves millions of small to mid-sized businesses desperate for somebody to help them implement solutions, but really nobody's stepping up to do it right now. The gap between supply and demand is what makes such a great opportunity for beginners in 2025, and that's exactly what we have available to us. Now, I'm not saying that this window is going to stay open forever. I mean, technologies mature, markets saturate, that's just how business works, and that's totally fine. Every approach to business or sales or marketing will eventually become suboptimal. I talk about this all the time in my own programs. But right now, the timing could not be better, and I anticipate with this upcoming AI agent boom right around the corner, demand for services like ours are going to spike for the next few months. And presumably, people that join now are going to be able to make more money than ever before. I'm not just throwing around buzzwords here. Let me break down exactly why this opportunity is different from basically every other next big thing you guys hear about. The first is timing. When ChatGPT came out in 2022, everybody jumped straight to thinking, oh my God, AI is going to replace everything. But if we look back, what actually happened? Well, naturally, businesses tried implementing AI in their processes, but a lot of them found that it just wasn't good enough to actually meaningfully change their processes and their systems. And a lot of business owners understandably walked away with kind of a bad, shitty taste in their mouths. Honestly, the only real thing that a lot of these business owners use AI for and have used AI for over the course of the last couple of years is just copying and pasting outputs from ChatGPT. And obviously, while that's beneficial to the business's productivity and bottom line, only by a little bit. Anyway, since then, models have gotten substantially better, and small to mid-sized business owners are now just starting to get back on the market and look for ways to implement these amazing new models that they see all over their Facebook and Instagram feeds into their business. The problem is a lot of the solutions that they're seeing are super complicated. They're incredibly intimidating, and they're very scary. And basically, to make a long story short, they're not really made for people like them. They're made for enterprise. They're made for these big consulting firms like I was mentioning earlier. So this is where the opportunity lies. This is how I and many other people have made a ton of money. We will intentionally sell simple systems made using straightforward no-code tools that the customer can understand and actually maintain themselves if they need to. Usually it's like 10 modules max. In addition, you'll add a little bit of documentation. You'll run the customer through it in terms that like a kid could understand. And voila, you now make several $1,000s for your time. If you do this right, the customer will actually pay you more because of the simplicity in the solution. They'll pay you more for the convenience, basically, of knowing what the hell's going on. And then their ability to actually jump in versus you building out some super complicated technical solution is actually very valuable as well. I see the same thing every single day in my agency. Business owners come to me all the time after they see some super complicated, fancy chatbot or mega AI agent with a million billion nodes. And all they really need is somebody like me to come in and drag and drop a flow together in 5 minutes that delivers $10,000 a month in value. So here's what a lot of people don't understand. The real opportunity here is not in building super complex AI agents or these crazy automation systems. It's not actually being super good at this stuff. I mean, if you think about it logically, people that are really good at developing are basically programmers, and we're kind of seeing what's happening in that industry right now, right? It's tanking. The real opportunity is basically in being this person who can take very simple tools that are available right now, typically these no-code glue-like tools like make.com, N8N, and some other basic AI integrations, then use them to solve simple but very real business problems, and then just copy and paste it. And the best part is, while everyone else is chasing the next shiny AI tool or trying to build the most complex solution possible, by taking this approach, you focus on what actually matters, which is delivering results the clients can see and measure. I'll give you guys a real example. One of our community members built a simple lead generation automation for a recruitment company. The tools themselves cost $97 a month. He set it up in about 2 hours, and he charged the client over $10,000. It solved a very specific but simple problem, which was automating their lead generation, and the client used it to make over $50,000 a month in commissions. It is worth it for that small business to keep paying that member because it delivers a significant return on investment, even if all it took for them to put it together was a few modules in a couple of hours of time, right? They're making $40,000 additional dollars per month because of it. And that's exactly what I mean by practical AI solutions. No buzzwords, no complex infrastructure, just simple solutions that make businesses more money, which is ultimately all we care about. So what exactly makes AI automation the best business model for beginners? Let me break it down in a way that actually matters. First, the margins are ridiculous. Most people starting online businesses are basically fighting for scraps. They are drop shippers that are battling it out for 10% margins, or they're content creators that are begging for views, not like me. They're affiliate marketers competing in saturated markets, right? There are all these different business models that, I don't know, at the end of the day, they might make $1 million and then they'll have like $50,000 to $100,000 left over. But with AI automation agencies, your economics are insane. The tools to build most automations that I'm talking about here cost like $50, $100 total. But at the end of it, you can charge $1,500 to maybe $10,000 per solution just because you're delivering massive ROI to clients by solving these super simple but mega low-hanging fruit. And I'm not talking about theoretical value here. I'm meaning like actual measurable and tangible results or deliverables that business can see in a few days. I'm talking about leads. I'm talking about sales process optimization. I'm talking about proposals. I'm basically talking about things that drive an ROI. Second, and this is super crucial, the technical barrier right now is at an all-time low. You don't actually need a computer science degree. You don't need 5 years of coding experience. With tools like Make.com and end-to-end, you guys can create powerful automations through visual interfaces extraordinarily simply. I have watched many complete beginners learn these tools literally over a weekend and then start building client solutions the next week. Third, you're completely location independent. I know dozens of members from our community that are running their companies from like Thailand, building automations for clients in the US or Europe, or maybe they're in Argentina serving clients in North America. Your only limit really at the end of the day is your internet connection. Fourth, and this is the real key, the scalability to this business model is built right in. Once you guys build an automation for one client, you basically can just template it. You can export the blueprint or download the file and then sell that same flow to different businesses with minimal customization. I had one member build an email responder automation for a dentist and then sell basically the exact same system to 12 other dentists in different cities, meaning same work, 12 times the revenue. Lastly, the results are immediate and extraordinarily measurable. It's not like SEO or content marketing where clients might have to wait months to see results. Most automations, at least the ones that I talk about building, deliver instant gratifications, meaning client can literally see their processes automated in front of them in real time. They see their time being saved from day one. And think about it. What would you rather sell? A social media management package where you're constantly creating content and justifying to clients why the ROI matters before they can see it? I mean, that's what I was doing for a very long time. I'm not a fan. Or maybe a drop shipping store where you're competing with a million other businesses that are selling the exact same products from China. Or would you rather build something like an automation system that saves your client 20 hours a week and generates a measurable ROI literally from day one? Obviously the last one. The reason this model wins is simple, it's very high demand, and as of now, it's still low supply, has extraordinarily minimal startup costs, and very high margins. Basically, to make a long story short, perfect combo for beginners, perfect combo for people that don't have a lot of money or resources getting into a new business. So quick disclaimer, before I show you exactly how to get started, let me be totally straight with you about something. This agency or freelancing or AI agency model, whatever you want to call it, it's simple, but just because something's simple doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy. A lot of people are going to see a $5,000 automation package and then think that they can just copy and paste templates and start cashing checks. That's not how it works. What actually sets a successful automation company or freelancer or agency apart is your ability to understand how businesses operate. You basically need to be able to look at a business, understand from a bird's eye view what they're probably doing, and figure out what automation can make the biggest impact. So yeah, you can use proven templates. I mean, I give away a ton of them on my channel, but you need to understand why they work and how to adapt them. Aside from Maker School, I got over 150 videos teaching exactly how to build all of these automations step by step, everything from cold email systems to lead generation flows to client onboarding. Everything is on my channel for free. The real difference between people who succeed and people who don't is not really the access to information. It's the willingness to actually learn the fundamentals and take action. And no fancy course or community or template can give you that. So let me show you exactly what you need in order to get started with an AI automation agency. First, the tools. You guys need maybe $50 to $100 a month in order to get started. Get yourself a make.com subscription, $10 a month for their core plan. Then sign up to OpenAI to use AI tools. On average, this might cost you another $10 a month for usage. Then sign up to Appify. This gives you access to scrapers that let you do things like get Instagram profiles, LinkedIn data, etc. You might be able to get that for $30 to $40 a month. And then finally, get yourself a subscription to a cold email platform like Instantly or SmartLead. It's going to cost you about $30 or $35 a month. That's it. Show me another business model where you guys could start with literally $100 in tools and then build potentially a six-figure company. You'll be very hard pressed to find them. In terms of the skills, you'll have to spend a couple of hours watching some tutorials, but we're not talking about getting a computer science degree here. The platforms are super visual. That just means you are connecting simple Lego blocks and creating flows. You are not writing complex code. Here is what a realistic timeline looks like for somebody that's getting started. In week one, maybe you'll learn the basic tools by building some personal automations. So start with my make.com playlist. I have almost 60 hours of completely free make.com training. It'll run you through everything from setting up your first automation to building out complex AI infrastructure that I've sold for $10,000 or more. After you've watched maybe 10 hours of that, just build 2 or 3 simple automations for yourself, and voila, you're good to go. Any additional learning from this point will certainly help, but it's not required. From here on out, you just start pitching customers. The simplest way to land a client is to look at businesses you already have connections with, then find one specific problem they have that wastes their time, and then you actually build them a simple proof of concept without even asking them, then just put it in front of them. That's the simplest way, but not everybody has the experience or the network. So the second simplest way, because I want to be respectful of people that are starting from total scratch here, is get an Upwork profile. Fill out all of the profile fields. Watch my Upwork video for a step-by-step guide on basically how to set up your profile, choose an hourly rate, optimize for SEO, etc. And then just take all that and apply it to 3 to 5 jobs per day with a customized Loom video. This is an exact working strategy as of 2020, whatever the hell this video is filmed. You can do this today. Members of my community literally close tens of thousands of dollars worth of deals every 24 hours. And I think the fastest win to date has literally been within an hour of sending your first Upwork application. So very doable. You just need a little bit of gumption. You need the willingness to put yourself out there. Once you're done, document exactly the results that you delivered for that client, and then just target similar businesses with the same problems. And then after you're done with that, you just build systems and templates. You just copy and paste the thing that you built for that guy, and then you use it to sell to the next guy. In that way, it's a very bootstrappable sort of business. One of our community members, Ethan, doubled his income to $12,000 in less than a month following that exact process. So the biggest obstacle here is not technical skills. It's not finding clients. It's taking action and putting yourself out there. Most people who try this are going to overthink it. They're going to overplan it and ultimately self-sabotage before they even get their first client. The biggest failure mode I see is when you spend weeks preparing and never actually talk to a potential client. So don't be one of those people. Start with a super simple automation, get one result, and then just build it from there. Focus on bootstrapping your business from the ground up. Okay, so what does this actually look like in practice? What are you actually going to be doing? It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to actually show you. So that's what I'm going to do next. What I have in front of me is a simple no-code builder called make.com. You guys can see it right over here. I'm going to show you how to automate a very simple but very common business use case, which is responding to inbound emails. And I'll show you how I put together a flow in literally 5 minutes. I use this example all the time. Anybody that watches my channel will have seen it before, but simple automations like this can literally improve the revenue of the company that is using it by 100% or more, assuming that the business is primarily inbound. Okay, so this is make.com. Let's pretend we have a form on my website right over here. When you click the Let's Talk button, you move over here and it asks for your name, asks for your email address, and then at the end of it, it asks for what you're looking for. Hey, I'm looking for an automated system to respond to emails for me. Okay, that seems pretty simple. Now, in my case, I'm just using Typeform, which is why I have that base response over here. But in your case, maybe you're using a different form solution. I don't know, it might be built right into the WordPress website that you guys are building, or maybe it might be part of the Webflow site that you guys have up and running. All I need to do is click Create a New Scenario. Then I need to go to Typeform. And in my case, I'm going to be using the List Responses module to grab that. Then I need to do my Typeform connection. That's going to open up an account window for me that will ask to read through my Typeform information and then get everything it needs in order to connect. I'm now connected to Nick's Typeform. The form that I'm going to be taking, if you look at the title here, it's called My New Form. And then down below, all I'm going to do is set the limit to 1 and click Save. Now, if I click this Run Once in the bottom right-hand corner, what it's going to do is it's going to go and extract the form inputs from my Typeform. So what we could see here under mappable answers So we actually have that exact form that I just filled out on my website, but now we have it accessible to us in this no-code tool. If you are a business, maybe a marketing company that gets a lot of form inquiries on your website, what we've done is we've basically taken it from your website and we've stuck it inside of our no-code builder here, okay? Next up is I'm going to implement AI into my process to take some of that information and then use it to respond to that email. What I want to do is I basically want to immediately respond to this person so that they think that somebody's on the website looking, watching, and basically open and available for a conversation. So I'm going to go over to this OpenAI node. Then I'm going to go all the way down here to where it says create a completion. What this is now going to do is this is going to connect to OpenAI. In my case, I've already made the connection. If you guys want to make the connection, just head over to add. What you need to do is you need to grab an API key. Now that may sound scary because it's a 3-letter acronym, but it's very easy to do. Just click that link, go over to your OpenAI account, which you could set up in less than 2 minutes, and then create a new secret key, and then copy that key over. I'm not going to do that for the purposes of this discussion. We're just going to assume that you have. Then I'm just going to select a very simple model. Let's do GPT-4o. Then what I'm going to say is I'm going to tell this AI model that I wanted to do something with the message that we just got through email. So under messages, I'm going to go user, and I'll say, your task is to respond to emails on behalf of Left Click, an AI automation agency. After that, I'm going to say, your email is here. I'm then going to map a variable. The variable that I'm looking for is what are you looking for? This is the variable that contains the request that the person had a moment ago. I'm going to say the name of the person that reached out is, I'm going to feed their name in there. The body of the, let's say, request is here. Then I'm going to say, respond using this template. Hi, name. Thanks for reaching out. Sure, happy to help you with paraphrased version of what they want. I'm out of the office right now. Could I give you a ring in 15? If so, just drop me your phone number or I'll be in touch via email. Whatever works. Thanks, Peter. Okay. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my email node, then I'm going to use the send an email function, connect that over here on the right-hand side. And what I have to do is I have to connect this to my specific account. Now, the simplest and easiest way to do so is you just click add, then under connection type, I'm using Google. So I'm just going to go Google restricted, save, then it's going to ask me to log into my Google account. So I'm going to go over here to the Google account that I want to send from. And then voila, I'm now connected to my account. How cool is that? Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send to the specific person that just sent me the request, which in my case is just the same email that I'm going to be sending from. After that, I'm going to go down to subject and I'll say regarding your request. Content type, I'll go plain text. These are all just settings that you could use. And then ultimately what I'm going to do here is under content, I will just feed in the result from the model. That seems pretty straightforward, right? Okay, great. I'm going to now, so I just have to check this one folder. You go inbox. I'm going to now click save. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run this and let's see what happens. We retrieved the data correctly. We've mapped this out into AI. AI has responded with this message. Hey, Nick, thanks for reaching out. Sure, happy to help you with setting up an automated system to respond to emails. I'm out of the office right now. Going to give you a ring in 15. If so, just drop me your phone number and I'll be in touch via email, whatever works. Thanks, Peter. We've now even gone as far as to literally send that email. And if I go back to my email address, you can see that it's right over here. So we've actually just read through and then had AI process that email And we did it all in literally just a few minutes. These are the sorts of automations that businesses tend to really like. The reason why is because one of the lowest hanging fruit in a real business that takes inbound leads is just not responding to the customer fast enough to verify that you are actually interested in helping them or working with them. If you can respond to a customer within about a minute or so of them sending a request to you, you will literally improve your conversion rates for a local business somewhere between 300 to 400%. That's 3 to 4 times the money on new leads. Okay, so let me wrap this up by being completely straight with you. Is AI automation the absolute best online business for beginners to start in 2025? Yeah, it's not even close. The economics are incredible, the barrier to entry is the lowest it's ever been, and the demand is massive and growing. But here's the thing, none of this is ultimately going to matter at all if you don't take any action. I've been in this space long enough to know that out of everybody that is here watching this video, maybe 2 or 3% will actually do something with this information. The other 97% will think, oh, that sounds cool. Maybe save it to their watch later playlist or something, and then go back to scrolling. Don't be in that 97%. The people who are crushing it in this space right now aren't smarter than you. They don't have some special advantage over you. They just decided to start, even when they weren't 100% ready or 100% confident. I'm not here to hard sell you anything. I got 150 videos in this channel showing exactly how to build these automations step by step. Everything from cold email systems to lead generation flows to client onboarding. It's all there for free. So anybody can get up and running with this stuff without sending a cent. And if you're short on cash, I encourage you to. But if you want to fast track your progress and join a community of people actually building automation agencies right now, I've made it ridiculously simple to do so by joining my community, Maker School. I believe so strongly in Maker School that I guarantee my members their first paid client by day 90, or that you don't pay, assuming that you do the work. The cost is currently less than what most people in the United States spend on junk food every month, so you could just replace that with daily accountability. I don't know, do whatever the hell you want. You get access to daily Q&As where I personally answer your questions, a monthly call with me where you guys can ask me whatever the heck you want, my entire automation template library, and a community of over 1,000 people that are actually doing everything that I just showed you as we speak. Anyway, whether you guys join or not, please take action on what you learned today. Within the next 24 hours, sign up to make.com or another no-code tool like n8n. Go through at least one of my automation training videos and then just build a simple automation, just one, because that's how it starts. That's how everyone that is currently making money in this business model got going. It's not out of reach for any of you. You just have to be willing to take that first step, even if it's scary and hard. Thanks for watching. Peace out.